In this powerful and inspiring talk by two-time Speaker Salon alum Kate MacKinnon, she shares opening up what it means to be invisible past a certain age and teaches us how to become visible at any age as women starting today. She also demonstrates how important the timing of slides can be in the engagement and production of a talk.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, 86, boom. Queen Elizabeth, 94, boom. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, aka Grace and Frankie, 81 and 80, boom, boom. Cicely Tyson, boom. And I am 64. I was in Costa Rica holding my surfboard and looking down at my legs, standing strong in the powerful force of nature. And I had a moment of grace. I thought, I love these legs that have supported me all these years. I looked back at the beach and I saw this gorgeous young woman walk by. And I thought, may you be so blessed to live this long, be this healthy and strong, and live a life you love with not 1 ounce of envy. That was 4 years ago. Instead of wishing I was her, I felt grounded in my body, and I felt it had served me well. I was grateful. And I was clear that I would not give up one experience in my lifetime for that moment. But best of all, I felt sexy and hot, and it came from the inside out. In 2005, I made the world an impossible promise that all women would be leaders in their lives and in the world by 2025. At that time, I was 50, single, fully self-supporting, great career, and I had just thrown myself a birthday party that rivaled any wedding. The year before, I had gone to a spa that had a sports therapy program and went to a therapist because I was depressed about turning 50. The sports therapist said to me, "You look great. You're an athlete. You had just done a walking marathon for Avon to raise money for breast cancer in honor of my mother who died at 34. You're healthy. What's in a number?" For me, it was about getting older and becoming invisible. As women age, we become invisible. And it usually starts around 40, sometimes earlier, and it continues as we age. At 40, we're just stepping into our maturity and our power. At 43, I tried to get pregnant, and I couldn't, and I discovered I was going through early menopause. Oh, I was catatonic for days. I felt like my life had just started, and that was over. I had visions of being an old crone, single, nobody wanting to date me or have sex with me, that I would spend the rest of my life driving around in my car with my dog, like my two aunts, my two widowed aunts. I tried to talk to other women about menopause, and I found it's something that they don't like to talk about. I could have asked my mother if she were alive, because our mothers are actually a good indicator of when menopause starts. So I reached out to two of my aunts. I was so frustrated with the lack of information. And then I found a book by OB/GYN, Dr. Christine Northrup, Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom. Contrary to popular myth, women get better as we get older. Think life is over at menopause? Think again. No more sex? Wrong again. Our bodies are designed to birth and nurse children, whether we ever become mothers or not. And when we get to menopause, the end of that phase, we're actually free of our bodies. Back with the sports therapist, he went on to explain, in the olden days, if somebody reached 50 and they were in the debtor's jail, they were released. They lived long enough to turn 50, and they were celebrating that. It was called the Jubilee year. He said, why don't you throw yourself a Jubilee birthday party? And I did. After that celebration, I went on and I did many triathlons, including 2 in New York City. I fell in love and married the love of my life at 58 in a strapless Oscar de la Renta gown, pure confection and totally shameless. And I learned to surf. I started to own who I was. Our society deems women invisible after a certain age, and this is something we can change now and forever. So our younger sisters never have to feel their light go out. Our Western culture has lots of myths and misconceptions about women aging. And as a result, as women get older, they feel invisible. And when they feel invisible, they feel less valued, sometimes disregarded. And there's an entire population that feels disenfranchised. It is my desire that rather than having younger women ever experience this, that my desire is to mentor and talk about this with other women and keep talking about it so that we stop accepting this. This will have not only serve our community, but will have a global impact by having women change the conversation across the world. We have a lot to say, and we need you to see us in order to be heard. It starts with you. Do one thing. It doesn't matter how big or small, because like the waves that I stood in that start small, way out in the ocean, by the time they reach the shore and break, their force is irresistible. I have many, many heroes, but one of them is definitely Jane Fonda. I knew her as a political activist and actress during the Vietnam War. In 1982, she reinvented herself and created her home videos that changed the world, and it went on to be the best-selling video home system, or VHS, of all time. In 1991, she retired from acting and came back in 2005. And with Gloria Steinem and Robin Morgan, she created the Women's Media Center, which amplifies women's voices in media. In 2010, she relaunched and was featured in a documentary of Jane Fonda in 5 acts. Let's all embrace our 5 acts. Women of all ages, stand tall, be proud, and let your light shine bright.
If you desire to take the Speaker Salon stage and share your very important message, go to speakersalonapplication.com. And I would love to hear your biggest takeaways from Kate's talk. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you have access to my latest video. I am so happy that you are here and will always respond to your comments. Big love.